Agenda. Our essential question is how can we make energy efficient for all? In this presentation, we will cover the history of energy, energy sources which are more commonly used in the present, the problems with those energy sources, renewable energy sources which are starting to become popular, and our idea.
History. Creation of renewable energy. The water wheel. 200 BCE. Created in Mesopotamia, the water wheel is used to convert the energy from moving water into electrical or mechanical energy. This is now known as hydraulics or hydropower. Windmill Part 1. 635 AD. Created in ancient Asia, this form of the windmill was used to mill grain from crops. Windmill Part 2. 1590. The Netherlands popularized the newer version of the windmill. They influenced the technology used in modern windmills today. They were used to pump water and mill grain. Solar energy. 1860. Augustin Mouchot, a French inventor, created the first solar engine system using his own sun meter. He predicted that the world would run out of coal and created an alternative. Windmill Part 3. 1887. Wind turbines were created and gained interest in Europe. A year later, Charles F. Brush created the first windmill to generate electricity in the US. 1905. Albert Einstein finished and perfected the photoelectric effect. This studies light cells which carry potent forms of energy that can be harnessed to power buildings. Edmund Becquerel discovered the photoelectric effect in 1839.
Energy sources. Fossil fuels. One of the biggest sources of energy we rely on are fossil fuels, such as petroleum, coal, and nuclear power. As you can see up on the slide, there are many health and environmental issues caused by these three energy sources. Let's start with petroleum. Humans are so dependent on petroleum that we would suffer a few health issues if we were to cut it off. The second one listed here is coal. It's a major source of energy, as you may all know. It's also known to be a great factor of climate change and other environmental issues. Many types of cancers can be caused by this energy source too. The last one I have listed is nuclear energy. Every part of the production of this energy source harms the environment and creates several health issues. All three of these energy sources should be used less, but it isn't as easy as that because people rely on these for energy, jobs, and other things. No energy source is free of health or environmental impacts. Every individual on the planet is exposed to some degree of outdoor air pollution. Health effects of this may include pneumonia, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, kidney disease, several types of cancers, and the most severe being premature death. Environmental issues can be caused by power plants, including the renewable ones. Examples of how power plants harm the environment include habitat loss, ecological damage, and population disruption.
Forms of renewable energy. Solar. Solar energy can power many items such as your car and your home. Solar energy will reduce greenhouse gases and CO2 emissions. Solar energy reduces water pollution. Fossil fuels need large amounts of water to cool off, while solar doesn't. Wind energy. Wind energy can be generated at a low price, so it's much easier to be placed in rural areas. Wind energy is sustainable. As long as the breeze blows, wind energy can be produced. Wind energy can be produced anywhere and power rural areas. Hydropower. Hydropower is a clean source of energy, meaning it won't pollute the air. Hydropower controls floods, provides irrigation and water supply. Hydropower relies on the water cycle, which happens naturally, meaning it does not disrupt the natural cycle.
Our idea is to simply work on the little things that can make a big impact later on. Some factors of our idea include 1. Promoting energy-efficient stoves, 2. Cleaning up abandoned coal factories, 3. finding alternatives for petroleum. 4. Using solar, biofuels, and hydroelectric energy sources. 5. Homes that can fit more than one family, such as the ones that Brad Pitt made, called the Bancroft School Apartments. We can accomplish this by fundraising, raising awareness, and making the government take action.
What is Prezi? Prezi is like Google Slides, but better and more interactive, making cool transitions that take so much longer on other platforms. It's as easy as riding a bike. It's dynamic, captivating, attractive, and an overall better suited digital platform for presentations.
Why is Prezi better than Google Slides? Well, there's many themes for every possible topic you would present about in their gallery, unlike Google Slides, where you have to go on the web and find one that suits you on a different platform. Transitions are easy, effortless, and ready to go. As soon as you get on a presentation, you're provided with amazing transitions, more editing options for the talented presenters who want to make their presentation interesting to varying ages. Save time, effort, and energy. Choose Prezi. For the next part of this presentation, we will be showing you guys how to use Prezi, and then later compare Google Slides and Prezi by showing a little overview of Google Slides at the end. The first thing we have to do is sign in. We can do that by clicking the login button on the top right. You can also sign up with your Google account if you don't already have a Prezi account. The first page we see here is a place where we can create our first or next project. On the left sidebar, you can see there are 3 different presenting options that Prezi allows you to choose. The first one we'll look at is Prezi Video. This allows you to present your slide live while having visuals from your presentation behind you or beside you. The next option is Prezi Designs, a cloud-based graphic design tool that allows anyone to quickly and easily create and share dynamic graphics and data visualizations. The last one is Prezi Present. This is the one we chose to do our presentation with. Creating something is as easy as clicking the plus button. Clicking the plus button on the All Projects category will let you choose what type of Prezi video you want to present with. For this example, we will use Prezi Present, the one that's most similar to Google Slides in my opinion. Before bringing you to your presentation, it'll give you theme options. There's so many that there's almost 100% chance you'll find one that fits your presentation topic. When you find one you think is fit for your presentation, you simply click on it and click Use this template. After that, it'll give you the option to change your title and choose who to share it with. You unfortunately have to get a monthly subscription to make it so that only people you share it with can see your presentation. Now here is your new Prezi presentation. You can click on the text to change them. The buttons on the top of your screen are also other edit options. And don't worry about not liking the background, because that can always be edited.
Here we are changing the text, font, and size, the basics of making presentations. You can then click on the topics to see what's inside your topic. I'm sure most, if not all of you know how to use Google Slides, so I'll focus more on comparing Prezi and Google Slides instead of teaching you guys how to use Google Slides. The first major difference is that there are no special add-ons when you're going and making a new slideshow. It doesn't ask you to make settings for your presentation before opening your blank canvas. There are, of course, some basic themes, such as the ones we are scrolling down right now. There are also no transitions added for you. Every transition you want to make has to be done by you from scratch with the very limited options they give you. The visual appeal of this presentation will just look bland, especially if you're a beginner at adding cool transitions or lack creative thinking. There are many options just like the ones on Prezi. An advantage Google Slides has is that it's easier to print what you make on this platform than it is on Prezi. But Prezi is focused on presenting digitally, so it's completely understandable. Over here, we are just looking through the editing options such as pre-designed diagrams. Of course, Google Slides and Prezi has their own strengths. If you're going to be printing your presentation for your audience, then definitely use Google Slides. But Prezi is the better option whenever you're doing presentations on a digital platform. Impress your peers and teachers during school presentations. Choose Prezi. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation.